Greetings. I am Tom Earl. I know you could be anywhere, so the fact that you are here today sharing your greatest gifts, your time and energy, it means the world to me. I hope you know that in this moment you are valued, you are loved, and you are appreciated just as you are. My friends, I have a new series for you. This is called the Listening Deeper or the Re-Listen series. You can call it either one. I know I am. Now, you may have heard this intro before. We are using the same intro for this series. So have no fear if you're listening to this again and thinking, oh, I've heard this episode before. Don't worry. Same great intro. Absolutely amazing new podcast. So feel free to hit the skip 30 seconds if you've heard this before. But if this is your first time hearing this, welcome, my friends. What we are presenting to you over these next episodes is really some deeper listenings or some re-listens to some of our most requested, some of our most listened to, some of my favorite episodes that we've done. Now, we have put out over 300 episodes since this has started. That means all the way back to 2016, I've put out one episode a week, every single week without fail since 2016. That means there's a lot of really awesome interviews, solo episodes. There's some really great things in there that you probably haven't heard if you're just joining us, or even if you're a longtime listener. So what I want to do is pull together a number of my favorite ones and your favorite ones that you have listened to or that have been listened to before you. And I want you to either hear them fresh for the first time or give them a re-listen yourself. I'm telling you, I have re-listened to each of these and really just thinking about where I was in my life then, or the wisdom from then that applies to now, because some of these are going to be from 2016. Some are going to be from last year. Some of them are going to be, weeks before everything that went down in 2020. So I want to share these with you as a gift going into the time vault of our episodes. And really, I invite you to go through these with new ears, with new hearts, because we are new people here in this moment. Now, I invite you to let me know if you listen to it, what year do you think this week's episode was from? And I'd love to hear your thoughts. My friends, I look forward to sharing this Listening Deeper as we re-listen series with you. Let us jump into this week's re-listen. Here we go. As you can see, I am not alone. I have an amazing guest. She goes by the name of Ash Couture. How's it going today, Ash?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for being a guest and joining us today. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'm glad to be here.
Do you mind if I introduce you to our guests by reading your amazing bio to them?
Go ahead.
Okay. Ash Couture is an entrepreneur, business coach, and instructor and founder of Rich Girl University and the owner of Pink Halo Hair Boutique. Pink Halo Hair Boutique provides premium virgin luxury lace wigs and hair extensions. Rich Girl University is an online school for female bosses with a mission to teach women how to make money and create a life they love. Ash specializes in helping entrepreneurs to map their dream life, create a six-figure business, market like a boss, build an authentic brand, and master the financial side of their business. That's amazing. You do a lot of awesome things.
I do. Thank you.
So I always start off my interviews by saying, as amazing as a bio is, and yours has so much awesome things you're doing in the world, there's only so much a bio can capture. What is something that a bio could never capture about who you are, but maybe your friends or family or those close to you would say, this is something about Ash that a bio can't capture?
I'm very down to earth. I'm very passionate. I'm the girl next door.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. So take us back. When did you start to become self-aware that entrepreneurship and being a business owner was your jam? Were you ever since you're a little kid? What was that journey like?
Okay, so I'm going to take it all the way back. So I didn't even realize, honestly, I didn't know what entrepreneurship really was growing up. But I became an entrepreneur, and I wasn't really aware that I had already started my entrepreneur journey. So when I was 16 years old, I had an idea. So just so you know, I am from Greenville, South Carolina. So it's not a huge major city, but it's not a small town. It's kind of like a mid-sized town, but it's still, one of those cities, especially when I was growing up, I was always like, me and my friends, we were always looking for something to do. So I came up with this idea with my friends, and I shared with my friends, like, let's throw a party. So let's throw a party and let's make money. So let's kill two birds at one stone. Let's have fun, be fly, and, throw this amazing party for our friends and have everyone, in the city talk about, but also let's make money as well. And so it was really fun for me. So my dad took me to go look at this venue, and we looked at quite a few venues, and I was the person that went to go look for the venue and book the DJ and create the flyers. And, I would go back and tell everyone, okay, this is how much this costs. This is how much this costs. Are you guys in? And everybody's like, yeah, we're in. And so it was 5 of us, and we went and did a photo shoot, and we created a flyer. And then one of my older brother's friends was in charge of passing all the flyers at all the high schools around the city. And we were really like promoting this party back then when it was like MySpace. And so I don't think that we knew it was going to be a big deal, a big thing, but we didn't realize that so many people were going to come out. So the night of the party, we spoke with the owner of the venue, and we were like, okay, it's the night. We had our own security. I think it was like my brother and one of my friends' mom's friends and uncles was the security. And we told the venue owner, was like, okay, we're expecting maybe about 100 people. And then honestly, I would say like over 300 people came out, and we were instantly making money. We went to Little Caesars and we bought pizzas, and we were selling pizzas and drinks and everything. We sold out of everything. It was so packed. Like, it was so packed where we had like friends and family members outside that couldn't even get inside the party. To make a long story short, the owner of the venue was overwhelmed, and he shut down our party early. And so we had to end our party early, but it was like the biggest party of the year. Like, everyone at every high school was talking about it. And the funny thing is, 2 weeks later, the owner of the venue, so before the owner of the venue was using the place like just as a studio, I would say he had maybe about a max of 15 people come and do events there. 2 weeks later, he opened up that place as a club. So I always like to take credit of helping him ignite that club for him. And then literally like years later, I'm not sure if it's still like a team club or whatever, but he later did other events there. So, but yeah, we made money. We had fun. And that's when I realized, like, entrepreneurship is cool. It's fun. Later on, I found out how much really hard work it is, but that's where my journey came. And I don't know, I always used to have all these ideas, and I wanted to do it, and I really wanted to ignite other people. I'm definitely a people person. So, but I was trying to think of how can I, monetize this as well. So that's how my journey at 16 started for entrepreneurship.
That's a great story. I love that.
Thank you.
So what was your first business then that you started?
Okay, so I started my first business in college. I went to the University of South Carolina. I ran track and field there, so I was a student athlete. And while I was there, I was thinking to myself, I really need to start a side hustle. We couldn't really work. And I was just wanted just some extra funds. And I've always been passionate about hair and beauty. So I started my hair extension company in college. There was a need for it. You have so many girls there, and there were so many colleges there, and there wasn't anyone, providing that service. So I came up with my own hair extension line, and it was booming. And that's where, my hair extension, empire started there.
Do you mind? Feel free to tell me, as this is all proprietary, I can't tell you any of this. Can you tell us a little bit of the back end? Like, do you buy it in bulk? Do you then sell it? Did you first start selling it just by word of mouth? Like, do you mind kind of running us through that logistic component of it?
So when I first started, and again, I was new to entrepreneurship. So when I first started, I was taking it just by orders, by people, and then word started spreading around campus. So I would order as it goes, but then people were coming to me like, I need hair like today, or I need hair like tomorrow, instead of waiting. So once I started getting enough orders to start saving money and I invested, then I started buying in bulk. And I remember one time, like in my college apartment, I had like over 100 bundles like just spread over my kitchen table. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I got to sell all of this.
So you're also in the online space, and that's what I do as well. I do, social media management, Facebook ads. So a lot of the stuff I do, there's no product that I have to sit on. So can you talk a little bit about like the stress or emotional strength you need to have to, invest in something that you don't see the profit on until you then sell, rather than an idea that's just sitting online, that's more time, investment, but you actually do something that's capital investment. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely. I think having a product-based business makes you really hustle harder. Just because you have invested into this product, you just don't want to sit there. You don't want product sitting there for a certain amount of time. You want to get it off somehow. And then that's when you become creative with your marketing, and you're doing trial and error as well. Especially when you're starting out, you have to get a feel or need of what your market wants. If your market wants this particular type of product. When you are first starting out your business, you don't want to buy so much of, and if you're selling different type of products, you don't want to buy so much. You want to get a feel of what your market needs. And then once you get a good understanding of what your market needs, then you will buy more into that. But let's just say you bought a lot of something that your market doesn't really want, or it's not selling as fast. You are sitting on it, and then you have to become a little bit more creative. It's either you're going to, do a sale or some type of promo, or really hit the pavement and just, get out to your email marketing list. I have this for sale, or, something creative to get it going. But definitely when you do have a product-based business, you want to see your return quickly.
And how has it evolved since your college days of, somebody places an order, then you buy? How has it evolved from then until now?
Oh my gosh. It has evolved so much, just because honestly, I've learned so much over the years, and I have evolved as a better and wiser entrepreneur. Back then, I didn't really know much about branding. I was kind of doing more so old school marketing. I mean, of course, back then in college, the social media presence and online presence wasn't like it is today. So I was doing a lot of old school marketing. I still believe in old school marketing still too, but I've evolved so much. The business has evolved as well. Again, I invest in a lot into branding, into photo shoots, into content, into marketing, and I like to share that with other entrepreneurs as well. Don't be afraid to invest in your branding and marketing, because people can tell. People can really tell. And when you are investing in your branding and your marketing, you're not just selling a product, you're selling an experience. and you want your experience to be rememberable. You want people to remember your brand. You want people not to just remember your product, because you have other competitors as well. So you want to figure out how you can make yourself stand out in the marketplace.
What were some ahas you had along the way on giving voice to your brand for Pink Halo Hair Boutique? If there's any that come to mind that you'd be willing to share.
So, well, I would say I changed my hair business name. So again, of rebranding. So it's not the same name as I started with. My name that I started with, again, that has evolved. I feel like it appealed more to a college crowd, but now my Pink Halo Hair Boutique name, I feel like it is universal, and it's a household brand name. So that definitely has evolved, and I have learned about that. And I tell people all the time, don't be afraid to rebrand as well. Don't be afraid to take a step back and look at your brand and look at your business and see and analyze it and see what needs to be done and what needs to change. And also don't rush yourself. Give yourself time. Rome wasn't built in a day. So you're going to learn along the way, and then a lot of things, don't look at it as mistakes. Look at it as lessons, because I have learned a lot over the years, and it will all fall in place. It will all come together over time, and people are watching, and they will remember, and just keep being consistent.
Are there any lessons that come to mind, or any stories that come to mind that you're comfortable sharing with us?
Let's see. I would say, as far as lessons, it's really hard. Okay, so when I first started business, you think everything is going to come together, and you think that you can do it all. But you have to learn what you can do and what you can do, and learn how to delegate certain things to other people. If not, you will get burnt out. You will get burnt out in your business. So you need to figure out what you're good at and how much time you have to run your business, and really figure out that time management piece for yourself, and put some time away for self-care. So I really had to learn to bring on other people to really help me. But also the people that I did bring on, I had to make sure that they were really helping the business or the brand, or they were really qualified of doing what they said that they were going to do. So definitely the biggest lesson is taking my time, really learning my business, knowing its needs, and knowing how, and just not rushing the process, honestly.
And I think I read somewhere, heard you say that you're going to be opening up a retail space for Halo Hair. Is that true?
I am. So I will be opening up Pink Halo's first flagship store next month in my hometown of Greenville, South Carolina. So that's super exciting, which of course the business has evolved of me starting in college selling hair extensions out of my college apartment. So for myself to open up a flagship store is really a big dream come true. So I'm really, really excited.
What's that like? I mean, that's probably both exciting and a lot of pressure and a lot of logistics. Do you mind sharing a little back end with us? What it looks like a month out from opening a retail shop?
So honestly, this journey has been a journey. Again, so I've planned. You can plan everything to be so perfect, but nothing is going to be perfect. It's always going to be things, especially when you're dealing with a physical storefront. So as far as, again, with being a business, I would just say patient, because I would have thought the business would have been open this time last year. And so we have been delayed in over 12 months now. And sometimes as an entrepreneur, you can get frustrated, you can become impatient, but you just have to learn to embrace the process, embrace, the struggle, and just know that when it's your time, it's your time. So months out, I'm feeling good. I'm really feeling good, because if you asked me 6 months ago, I was a mess. I would have been crazy. But right now, a month out, I'm really feeling good. Things are coming together. There's still a lot to do, but at this point in business, and again, as I'm evolving as an entrepreneur, I'm learning to not to overwhelm myself, not to stress things out, and everything will work out.
I love your mindset that you have. Embracing the journey it's super inspiring. And I know people are listening and wondering how they can get a little piece of that implemented into their own lives. Do you mind speaking to whether it's a spiritual practice you have or a mindset, how people can embrace the outlook, the view, that emotional strength that you're demonstrating to us right now?
It's definitely spiritual. Definitely having faith. Every day, without a doubt, I pray. That's the first thing that I do. I pray, and I talk to God before I do anything. And I think the point of setting that time out to talk to Him and let Him guide you. I also read daily devotions every day, and I also read positive affirmations as well. I've just learned over the years, stressing does not help anything. Life goes on. So whether you stress or not, it's just going to make it worse. And you just have to live to fight to see another day. And honestly, the struggle makes you who you are, and you become a better person. And I have learned to become a better person and become a better businesswoman from it as well.
So the struggle, it's getting a positive view of adversity and barriers, blocks. Is that what I'm hearing?
Definitely. And that's entrepreneurship every day. Even not even entrepreneurship, that's life. You have to apply that in every facet of your life, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. But for my journey, again, I try to be as optimistic as possible. But when things go wrong, you still have to stay optimistic. You still have to stay positive. You still have to stay strong. Or if you don't, if your mindset goes, if your mental's not together, you're not going to be able to do anything physically.
I love that. When did you transition or start to get the calling to move from just being an entrepreneur to empowering other entrepreneurs? When did Rich Girl University start to come to fruition?
Okay, so my first company was a management and marketing firm, and we specialize in special events as well. With that company, we put on large events. We did business workshops, and really for women entrepreneurs. So we would bring in other women entrepreneurs, celebrities, or, experienced professionals to come in and speak to people. But I learned, and people were expressing to me after the event, they were wanting more. They got good information at the event, but they still needed more for their business. And I would get emails, I would get messages, DMs, and calls of just different women asking me, for their help and for their guidance. And the events were good, but I thought to myself, I need to create a platform where women can access information 24/7, or where women, they may not have been able to come to these events or, travel this far. Maybe they were busy or working. So I wanted to create a platform where, if you're at work or when you get off of work, or if anywhere in the world that's convenient from you and you want to learn information, you can. So that's where Rich Girl University came about, being a convenient platform where you can learn at your own convenience.
And when did you say it was founded?
So Rich Girl University was founded. So the Rich Girl platform is 2017. But it has evolved into, at first the platform was more so really inspirational, but the platform has evolved into a school. So really the school started last year, but the whole Rich Girl platform started in 2017.
When was a time or a moment where you really felt like this is me serving my calling while you were working on Rich Girl University?
I have so many women that reach out to me, and it's complete strangers, and they reach out to me and they say, for me, I feel sometimes I'm never doing enough. I feel like I always can do more. But then when I have, people that reach out to me and say that I motivate them and I inspire them to, do something more than what they're doing or to start a business, that's when I know. That's when I know that what I'm doing the right thing and I can't give up, and that there are people that are using me as a source of motivation to help fuel their business and help fuel their life, and that they are looking at what I'm doing. So that's when I knew that this was my calling, and I'm very passionate about business and entrepreneurship. So I knew that I had to share this. It would not be fair for me to have all this knowledge and all this experience and not share that with other people. It wouldn't be fair.
I love it. I can feel that excitement and passion. It's very inspiring. That's awesome.
Thank you.
So for folks who are listening and we're, hearing a lot of the awesome things you do, helping people map their dream life, create a six-figure business, market like a boss, what would you say is that starting place for any of those things that come to mind to start being on that road to create the life of their dreams or to build a six-figure business? What would you say is that starting place?
So I always say it starts with an idea. And that idea, I always say passionate businesses last longer. So your idea needs to be fueled by some type of passion, because that's what's going to make you want to work on your business every day. That's going to get you out of the bed. That's what's going to make you get off of work, off your 9 to 5, and then work 5 to 9 on your business. That's what's going to make you work on the weekend. So getting that foundation, finding some type of idea, and then finding your passion, and then putting it all together, and then it will all start to get, all the other things will come in place. But I think for a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs, they know they want to be their own boss. They know they want to start a business. They just don't know what to do or where to start. And sometimes it takes time, because I've done a lot of ventures, and I've run many different businesses, and a lot of them were different experiences for me. They were all great experiences, but the businesses that I'm passionate about, that's what drives me every day. So I like to tell people, start off with something that you're passionate about, and start off with that idea.
I love that. And I found that to be true, especially when we were talking about that adversity. When it's something you're not passionate about, when that adversity comes, you thought it's going to be that quick money, usually you move on to something else. So I love that.
Right. Definitely.
What would you say are some of the biggest misconceptions people have about how to use social media to build a business?
I just think people think it's easy. And I think people think all they have to do is create a social media page, put up a few posts, and they think that they're going to get so many people that buy right then and there. I don't think people understand how much work, strategy, content, and consistency that's really needed, and that how much of a social media presence that you really need for it to really work, and for your business to really grow, and for your following to grow, and you really have to put in the time and the work. And I don't think people understand that. And I see a lot of people just quit and they get frustrated, and you can't rely on the people that you know. I always say your friends and family are not going to make your business successful. You know, you have to reach other people. You have to reach strangers outside of people that you know for you to have a successful or profitable business. So you can't just tell your friends and family to follow. That's it. No, you're going to have to find other people to follow and to buy into your product or your service.
So if that's kind of the misconception, the thing you shouldn't do, what would you say are, if people want to start using social media or online marketing to grow their business, what are some suggestions you have for things they can start to do today?
Just create a page today. Be consistent. Be consistent. Show up every day. Just like you have to treat your business like you would treat your job. You show up every day for your job, right? So you have to show up for your business every day. And that means either post an Insta story, do an Instagram live or something. You just need to be consistent, because when people see that you are for real about your business and you're being consistent about your business, then they know, okay, this is for real. And then you're starting this invisible type of relationship, you know, with your audience. So you have to show them that you're for real about your business, especially starting out. And then once people understand, oh, this person is for real, this is a real business, I'm going to buy into this, I'm going to support this. People are going to want to support when they know you for real, but you have to show up every day and be consistent.
I love that. And what should they be consistent in doing?
I would say with your content, and I know it's hard, but being consistent with your content, as far as, you know, again, you should just be posting something every day, checking in with your audience. I look at it as this: when someone follows me or my business, like, I'm so appreciative. Like, you didn't have to follow me. Like, there's millions of users on social media, but you decide to follow me. So you're following me for a reason, right? So I want to be able to either give you inspiration or educate you or something. I'm not sure why you follow, but you follow for a reason. So I want to make sure I'm providing some type of content for you. You got to kind of treat it like your job. It's a job.
What's your advice to somebody who is in a job that maybe they don't like, or it's not the thing that they are passionate about? They maybe have a side hustle or something that they want to become their full-time hustle. What's your advice to someone who's on that part of their path?
I would say planning and preparation and being consistent with working on your side hustle as well. You have to put in as much time or even more time into your side hustle, especially if you want it to become a full-time thing. So it gets hard to balance between working and running a business on the side, but being prepared. We're not saying being prepared, meaning you need to, again, when it relates back to social media, you got to have that content planned out when you're at work. You know, you still have to post when you're at work, so you need content planned out or some type of strategy done. So you have to put in just as much as work. Your business needs to be working for you while you're at your 9 to 5, you know? So then when you get home, you can tend to it. You don't want to be behind. You don't want to feel like, oh, I've been at my 9 to 5 all day and I didn't get to work on my business. You know, you need to have a plan when your business is working while you're at work. And that's how you're going to be able to transition. you want to use your funds to go into your side hustle. So you may have to sacrifice. May have to sacrifice some weekends and sacrifice your a lifestyle that you're already accustomed to, so you can transition out of your 9 to 5. But you need to make sure you're prepared. And I know there's going to be days, because I used to feel like this all the time, where I just wanted to quit my job. I just wanted to quit, and I just had to really think like, okay, this might not be the smartest thing to do right now, because I feel like this. You don't want to go off emotion. You want to make sure you are prepared, because you don't want to put yourself in a financial burden, just making an emotionally rational decision. But you do want to be prepared for your transition.
I love that. I like it because it's both mindset, but then the logistics part you have to cover too.
Definitely.
So what are, for people who are hearing about Rich Girl University and it resonates with them, what are some courses or what are some ways you suggest that they can, enter into that world?
So I definitely have some courses for aspiring entrepreneurs. So it's actually called Ideas to Income. So if you don't know where to start, or you have an idea, but you want to take that idea to income, we definitely have a course for that. Or again, you want to become your own boss, but you just don't know what. That course covers everything about starting a business. It gets you from your business foundation to how to start making money. So it covers all the basics. And then I have content and courses for people who are already entrepreneurs, who are looking to take their brand or business to the next level as well. So we have a lot of good and exciting things in store for Rich Girl University. We did a lot of events last year. I want to start back doing that, and really getting back out there and being more personable with people. Again, this is a digital age, but again, how I started my entrepreneurial journey, I started old school, shaking a hand and meeting people. And I'm a really big believer of networking. So I believe networking and meeting the right people can not change your business, but it really can change your life. Because I have met people just from networking that have really changed my life.
I love that. What are some, since you mentioned it, what are some of your tips for, building relationships and networking? So
I feel like when I first started networking, I used to be kind of scared, or, you may not, I feel like sometimes you may feel like, oh, I'm an introvert, or it's hard to meet strangers, but you just have to put yourself out there. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and introducing yourself to people. Let people know who you are and what you do, and people will embrace you. And always come with business cards. So, and let the business card, let your business, start the conversation for you, So just introduce yourself, let people know what you do, and then the relationship will become organic, and people will be attracted to who you are and what you do, and just be genuine, and people will feed off of that energy. So don't be afraid to network, and don't go to a networking event and don't meet anybody. So what's the point of going if you don't come out meeting anyone?
I love that. What's your advice for people who maybe are a little afraid, or, to come out of their comfort zone to meet somebody new? Do you have any tips or tools that you found to start that conversation?
Practice in the mirror. Talk in the mirror, having conversations. Again, I used to do that. I used to feel like I was socially awkward, sometimes. So, I used to be really self-aware of my voice and what to say. But again, just talk to yourself in the mirror, and you're having a conversation. And again, just know before you're going into the event, what do you want to get from this event? Do you want to meet people? Do you want to get your business out there? Do you want to gain more followers? So, for example, when I go to events, I want to meet as many people as I can, and invite people to or exchange social media. I want to expand my network, right? So I like to meet other bosses and other entrepreneurs as well, and so you can say, hey, what's your social media? I would love to follow you, and I would love to share my business with you, and you just never know who you're talking to, who can help your business, or who may buy your product or your service, or, again, just gaining that follow or just gaining that business card, again, could lead into, some revenue, or could just lead into a great friendship relationship. I have met a lot of, great friends, just from networking and just strangers, or going to business events or seminars, or a lot of people that I have collaborated with and, done business with. So, just don't be afraid. You're going to have to put your stuff out there. You're going to have to, closed mouths don't get fed. So you're just going to have to, you don't have to be an extrovert and just, overzealous, but, you have to be able to communicate who you are and what you do.
I love that. I think
go after what you want.
Yes. What's your thoughts or words you want to share with somebody who's listening to this and they are feeling it, that fire in their stomach, but maybe a limiting belief, or somebody said something and put them down, and now there's just a fear they have, but they want to do it, but there's just something holding them back. What do you got to say to someone?
Never let anyone project their fear on you. Never let anyone project their fear on you. If you want to do something, do it. We only have one life. And so what if it fails? So what if it doesn't work out? Because that's better than 10 years later and you're looking back and you're like, I wish I would have. You don't want to be a I wish I would have, could have person. That's somebody that I never want to be. I don't want to be, I wish I would have did this or I could have did this. And I guarantee years from now, because these years go by quick. These years go by so quick. And years from now, you're still feeling that fire that you didn't ignite or start years ago. And you're seeing someone that didn't even have as much potential as you, or someone you're going to look at like, this person did it. This person made it happen. And that could have been me where they are right now. And now I have to start here. Just do it now. So you don't have to be that person years back. And don't let anyone tell you. And don't listen to anyone that's not in a position where you don't want to be or don't have the experience. They shouldn't be giving you any advice or telling you anything, about your life or anything. Your life is your life and you only have one. So if you feel it, then do it. And everything will fall in place. I'm telling you, like, you don't feel like you have to know everything. You don't have to know everything. You will figure it out. You'll find a way. Just go with that feeling, go with that passion, because I don't want you to live a life of regret.
We're gonna put some music to that, and then that's gonna be, people are gonna listen to that every morning while they're getting ready. Because that was amazing.
Yes. Thank you.
You might have heard me say at the beginning that this is my year of grace. So my year of is always an intention for myself, but also a conversation starter. So for you, what is grace?
When I think of grace, I just think of this positivity and positive energy. And oh my gosh, it's so crazy that you say that this is the year of grace, because grace has gotten me through months and months, and it's getting me to where, again, what I've always dreamed of, so this is definitely the year of grace. I have been planning and dreaming, opening up my hair boutique for years. And the fact that I'm almost there, if that's not grace, then I don't know what it is. So that's what it is to me. And just, I feel like I have it all around me and it's on me, and I want to share this with other people as well.
I love that. On that note, for people who want to become a part of your world and want to become, what's the opposite of shared? You want to share, they want to receive, and they want to receive all of this wonderful awesomeness that you're willing to share. What's the best place they can become a part of your world?
So you can start with just follow me on my social media network. You can feel free to DM me. I'm always on Instagram. It is at I am Ash Couture. Feel free to DM me, message me. I love to, again, I love to talk about business. I love to talk about entrepreneurship. I just love to talk about, advancing your life. I love to just talk about those things. I'm pretty boring. But that's what I like to talk about as well. Follow Rich Girl University. That's just Rich Girl University. And you can look at some of the courses. We have a lot of good content that's coming out this fall. Some exciting things that I can't wait to share, but it's coming. But follow me, and then also I have a YouTube as well. I am actually documenting my whole journey of opening up my hair boutique. So my YouTube is I am Ash Couture as well. I already have I have a few vlogs on there as well. So I will be posting some more vlogs soon, but also just look out for my documentary of opening up this hair boutique, and so you can see this journey as well.
That sounds amazing. And for those who are on the go, weren't able to get all of that, show notes for this episode is tomrell.com/ashc, tomrell.com/ashc, tomrell.com/ashc. You'll find all of those show notes. Ash, I want to thank you so much for, first of all, responding to my DM. So I'm proof that you do respond to your DMs. I think it was it yesterday? Yesterday I DM'd you, and by the next day we were doing the interview.
Definitely. Thank you for reaching out again. I love what you're doing. I think it's amazing. Thank you for reaching out again. I love to share my journey, my experience, with other people. Again, I feel like that's what I'm here for. So thank you for reaching out and give me opportunity to share a little bit about myself, my businesses, and my journey with you and your audience.
It's been truly my pleasure. This has been a lot of fun. There's, I enjoy all my interviews, but this one was really enjoyable. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
So our closing ritual is for you to share an invitation with our audience. So what would you like to invite people to do, to think about, to become, to evolve into? What is your invitation?
So I like to end with a quote. It's a short quote. Don't call it a dream, call it a plan. So whatever you're dreaming, whatever thoughts that you're having, whatever ideas that are in your head, stop dreaming about it right now and start planning it out and start putting it into action. You have to start somewhere. So start now, and the perfect time is now. So that's it. I want everyone to, again, chase their dreams, but I want you to do more with that. Turn your dreams into action. I would love to connect with any of you about this. I am a business coach / consultant. I would love to help you with your business, build your business. Again, you can follow me at Rich Girl University. I am Ash Couture. And then also, if you are looking for quality luxury hair extensions and beauty products, make sure you follow Pink Halo Hair Boutique. And if you are ever in Greenville, South Carolina, or the upstate area of South Carolina, please make sure you stop by our first flagship store. It's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to connect with you guys.
Wonderful. That was an awesome invitation. I really appreciate that. Well, Ash, thank you once again so much. I appreciate it. I know those listening appreciate it as well. So I wish you all the best. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
I want to thank you for listening to this week's Deeper Listening, Re-Listening series. I don't know how many more times I can squeeze in the word listening into this sentence. Want to thank you, as I shared in the beginning, for sharing your time and energy listening to this entire episode. As I said at the beginning, I'd love to know, do you know what year this episode was recorded in? And I'd love to know what stuck out to you, what moved you, what questions do you have? And if you have any suggestions for what you'd like future topics to cover or future guests we should feature. My friends, I look forward to you joining us again next week for a new episode in our Re-Listen series. And as always, I'm wishing you peace and blessings. Thank you. One more thing. I'd love to continue the conversation. Feel free to join me at tomearl.com/join. Subscribe below, or let's connect on social media. Tom Earl Artist. Thanks again for watching.